episode of The Breakthrough, and we have Dr. Sam, who is a naturopathic doctor in the house. Okay, so naturopath.
Yes.
Okay. Please tell us all what a naturopath is, for those that don't know.
So a naturopathic doctor is just like your regular primary care doctor that you go to. Our training is, we do 4 years of medical school. Our first 2 years are just like regular MD school. And then the last 2 years, on top of pharmacology and all the other treatments we learn all about herbs, we learn about nutrition. We spend years learning all these treatment options. So then you would consider me a primary care physician, but the thing is, we choose to treat things naturally. So in my toolbox, I have vitamins, diet, lifestyle, mind, body work. I do a lot of IVs, if you've seen. And so it's all natural. We get to prescribe medicine if we really want to, because there is a time and place for medication too.
Agreed.
Right?
Yep.
So that's just how it goes. You know, a lot of times I don't prescribe medication. A lot of my patients end up having their own primary care physician, because I like to let them manage what they're really good at, and then I like to take care of my patients the natural way.
Yeah.
So it's not required.
What's IV therapy, for those that don't have a clue what that is?
IV therapy. Let me tell you all about my passion. So we take lots of vitamins and we infuse. We put all those vitamins in an IV bag, so it's fluids. And we formulate it based on the patient's needs. So whether that's high dose vitamin C, whether it's the B vitamins that they're lacking. A lot of times I do nutrient testing to see what my patients are lacking. So that I could formulate it for them, and then it goes straight into the vein. So I use a flexible catheter. It's super comfortable. It takes about 45 minutes, depending on the drip too. You know, sometimes it's longer.
And you just drip it in, feed it into the body. Exactly.
The benefits of it are that it bypasses the gut. So a lot of my patients, you've seen me talk all about gut health. A lot of people have gut issues, so no matter how they're eating, they're not getting all the nutrients that they need. Now, if you're getting your vitamins straight into your vein, who cares how well your gut is working, right? The vitamins are getting straight to your cells. Now, I don't want to ignore the gut issues, right? So my whole thing is, while I'm working on treating your gut, we infuse the vitamins. So
double whammy.
The first month, because it takes a while to repair the gut.
And do people have instant changes?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet.
My chronic fatigue patients, people that are tired all the time, those are the ones.
I have chronic fatigue.
I was like, that's from the point fingers, but
I got you. So those are the people that are usually like, wow, after my IVs, I feel amazing, energized. They're getting sick less often. They feel I get IVs once a month myself. With my schedule, I need it. So
Okay, so the gut.
Yes.
This is what I'm so curious, and I know this is a huge gut health chat at the moment.
The nutrition community.
Before you even explain, how to treat the gut and whatever, what actually exactly does the gut do, and what is the gut? Because I've heard it's the second brain.
Yes.
But for those that don't know much about the gut, what is the gut? Like, where is it? What does it look like? What does it do?
So your digestive tract, actually your GI tract, starts in your mouth and it goes all the way down to your anus. So lovely. We're going to talk about butts a lot today. And what happens is your gut is made out of bacteria. Actually, we as humans are made more of bacteria than we are human cells. Can you believe that?
Wow.
So your genes are not they're important, but they're not as important as the bacteria that make you up. So the Human Genome Project was done a few years ago, and they found this out, that we are 150 bacteria to one gene. So imagine if your gut bacteria is not in balance. Your mood is going to be affected. The way you absorb your nutrients is going to be affected. You might be constipated, getting diarrhea, memory, autoimmune diseases. They're on the rise right now.
It has that much to do with it even affects your memory.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Every single disease that comes up starts in the gut. And of course, other things affect it, but if your gut lining is intact, so if you look at your gut, there's layers of it, and that's where the bacteria
Can you see, how would you see a picture of someone's gut? Can you do...
So you could either do endoscopy or colonoscopy to see if there's issues going on, but I do poop samples. So I give my patients a kit and we look at, or we send it out to a company. I don't look at it because my patients are like, oh, I feel so bad bringing it. It's not me looking at it. We send it to a company, they examine the poop, and they look at every single bacteria that could be beneficial or it could be bad for you. Because really,
Interesting.
all the bacteria is there to protect you.
Mm.
Bacteria is good. We are bacteria.
Yeah.
So we just want to keep it in balance.
How does one
Yeah.
that doesn't know what our gut looks like and what state it's in,
Yeah.
how would we identify like that we're not healthy, the gut's not healthy, and then where do you start in terms of replenishment and
Prepare.
making it
Mhm.
good?
So when I work with anyone, I always start with the gut. It doesn't matter if they're having digestive issues or if they're having acne
Or
if they
acid
have
reflux.
acid reflux, anything. You know, it could be autoimmune disease. Like I said, everything starts there. So even if they're not having digestive issues, based on what they tell me about their lifestyle, I know I need to start there. And again, because people are like, oh, I poop all the time, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, you still need a good probiotic. So
Yeah.
I start with giving my patients a good probiotic, a spore-based probiotic. You guys will hear all the hype about this soon. But it's the only probiotic that actually survives in the gut. And we start with that and we help repopulate the gut
Good
bacteria, help the good bacteria grow, kill off the bad bacteria. The spores are smart enough to do that. And then also I work on diet. So a lot of times what you're eating is affecting your gut lining. So if you're eating a lot of high saturated fats, not enough plants and proteins that help feed the good bacteria, then I work on that with my patients. And I'm like, let's work on those things and just start from there. I start really simple. I don't like to overwhelm my patients. So we start with that, and then I try to do as much diet work as I can. And then if we really can't get everything in, then we're like, let's do some IVs, let's do some supplements.
Yeah.
But probiotics everyone needs a good probiotic.
So
every single
true
day.
who you are, take a probiotic.
I experimented recently.
Yeah.
Because mama was gassy. And I tried the probiotics, the 50 billion.
Uh-huh.
I was the best Amazon's
Yes.
choice.
Yeah.
And I used it and I felt so much better,
Yeah.
which led me to believe, is there something wrong? Or like with the bloating and gas, is that part of the probiotics job?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the part is to get your body in balance, to get the good bacteria and bad bacteria in balance.
And if I stop taking it, does that mean, because it is $30 a bottle,
Yeah.
does that mean that then it goes right back to normal? And
So it depends on the
balance?
probiotic you are taking. The probiotics I recommend to my patients, they're supposed to repair the gut lining long term. So they're not only, a lot of the probiotics that aren't spore based, what they do is they go and they only work when you're taking them. So when you stop taking them, everything they've done goes away. Because the survivability rate isn't even that high with regular probiotics. They go and they reach the stomach acid and 99% of the bacteria dies.
Really? So they don't even make it to the gut?
They don't even make it in there. And that's what I love educating everyone on. And I travel and speak to different doctors, just regular general population too. I'm like, hey guys, like, don't waste your money on things that aren't surviving. Really do your research and see, is there any research on how this is surviving in the gut? So the spore-based probiotics are the shit.
Is there a brand you recommend?
That's really good.
There is a brand I recommend. I work with my patients the ones I give them are Megaspore Probiotics or Probiogen. They're two brands that actually get DNA verified. And Probiogen, you can buy it on the shelf. Megaspore, you have to get it through a physician. It's a little bit higher dose than Probiogen.
How many, 100 billion?
So that's actually a myth. That a lot of people think the higher the bill. Yeah, it's a huge myth. I, as a physician, used to tell people this. And then I did all my research and I was like, wait a second. I've been telling people things that aren't true.
No.
Because that's what everyone said. Yeah.
said.
So that's a huge myth. Because 100 billion will still die. Right? And it's still gonna do something in your gut. It's just not a true probiotic.
Yeah.
The definition of a true probiotic is a live bacteria that you're ingesting. And that's where the self-love comes in too. Because a lot of times your gut might be in perfect condition and you might be eating all the right things, taking all the right anti-inflammatory supplements, just taking care of that, but you hate something about yourself. So I always tell my patients that are like, I hate my body or I hate this. I'm like, honey, like, that I don't even want to give you a probiotic because you're self-hate about, even if it's a joke. My friends hate me for this because they're like, we're just joking. I'm like, don't joke about that. Don't say I hate my boobs or I hate my butt or I hate this, because God forbid, like, you love your boobs, right?
Yeah.
Like you love your gut, you love all these things. Things get created out of that self-talk, even if it's a joke.
Even if it's
honestly.
a joke, because the words carry resonance and
And you
Yes.
probably mean
association.
it, even though you say you're kidding. It's there's probably some
An element of truth.
Yeah.
Hey girl. Sorry, that's cool. Hey,
You've only been together the last 12 hours.
So what are the steps you take if somebody says like, oh, I hate my body, I hate it. What are the certain steps that you tell your patients? Like, obviously, don't think that about yourself, but what are the tools?
Yeah, where I start with is just starting that gratitude process, because that starts you thinking a different way.
Yeah.
So for me, this is what I did with myself, and this is what I tell my patients. I'm like, write down 3 things you love about yourself, even if it's you love your nails, or you love your hair, or you love the way your heart loves someone. You know, just anything. It could be physical, it could be emotional. Just practice that.
Okay.
Number 1 thing, diet-wise or food consumption-wise.
Yeah.
Gratitude journal. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
She's not kidding.
Before every meal. Once in the morning, once at night, 3 times a day.
Number 2.
Way ahead of diet. Forget everything else, guys. We're off.
Eat whatever you want. No. Number 1 thing you should do, hydration. Drink lots of water, clean water. Okay? 1 thing about water, drink out of glass. Stop drinking out of plastic bottles. Not only is it bad for the environment, but plastic leaches to the water, which leaches to the hormones in your body. Really messes you up. I won't go into the details, but water. Number 2 is water out of glass.
Yeah.
Diet-wise, eat lots of fiber. So keep a whole food, plant-based
grain.
diet.
Yeah.
Because that's real food, right? Eat lots of raw foods, because those things are digested a lot easier in the body. You feel more energized when you're eating foods like that. Balance, yeah.
Fruit and veg, like what's veg?
Yeah, fruits
fruit.
and vegetables, superfoods. Those things are super, super important. You want nutrient-dense foods that aren't, I don't really keep track of calories, but I always talk about it. I'm like, people that are obsessed with calories don't really care about that. Really look at the nutrients you're giving your body. Your cells need nutrients to function.
Yes.
And I would say water for all top 5.
Yeah.
That's like if someone says 1 thing, I say water.
And gratitude.
Got it.
And gratitude journal. So those things, keep your water and gratitude journal next to each other. Eat a whole foods, plant-based diet. Once in a while, add meat in there, but good quality meat. And really don't restrict yourself in a way where like you feel like you're depriving yourself of things.
Yeah.
Look at why you want the garbage that's out there. I tell my patients that too. I'm like, why do you want that? Like I have patients that eat fast food. I'm like, why do you want to put that in your body? That's a bigger question than telling them not to eat it.
Yeah.
I'm like, reflect on that. Do you want to harm yourself? Do you love yourself?
Yeah.
There are times that I feel like crap and I might eat fast food. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's comforting.
And then I noticed that. I'm like, I'm eating this, and what does this say about me, right? And how do I feel about myself? So I'm just really big on creating balance in your life by 80% of the time, do all the things that make you feel good.
20% have a little cheeky
20% have fun, and if garbage is fun to you, then do it.
Yeah.
Choose wisely. We all have a wise woman or a wise man inside of us telling us exactly what we need to do. Are we listening to it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And talking of wise, would you leave some very last wise words for our lovely viewers?
Number 1 would be, always know that a loving universe or God or whatever you believe in is always protecting you. So live fearlessly. Not that the fear doesn't have to come up, but let it go and choose wisely and be so true to yourself and know how powerful, amazingly powerful you are, and how everyone around you will benefit from you if you are so connected to your heart and living to your full potential. Full potential. And that starts, or the way you cultivate that is by loving yourself. How are you gonna be out there if you are going out there self-conscious? Other people are gonna lack confidence when they see you like that. So if you can't do it for yourself, start doing it for the people that you love, but for the people that you want to impact, and then automatically it'll turn into self-love, and everyone, including yourself, is gonna feel amazing.
Guys, that was amazing. So much good information all about health and well-being and mind-body connection. Oh, I love it. I live for this stuff. I hope you guys do too. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye. Bye.